Hello, this is Starshot here to welcome you back to my Let's Play of Castle in the Darkness. We last left off collecting a few of the last spells you wanted to pick up. You like the Thunderbolt from the Torture Chamber, and the Gale Cutter from the Grand Entrance. And now we're here to pick up the last magic spell, as well as defeat a few bosses that are in our way. So let's go ahead and get started. We pretty much took care of the last guy with Sea Shock here, but I think I'll go ahead and try Gale Wind here and see if that'll work for the next one we come up against. You know, so far he wasn't too bad. You kind of just dodged him and used your magic without much trouble, but this is pretty much an area where... Oh, there's actually another save point over here. Cool. Let's see. So the next area should be this one here. So here's this kind of golem character. Okay, so this isn't too bad so far. Of course, you kind of have to hit him just right to apparently get him here. I keep getting hit by all the different crystals here. So sadly, he's definitely much tankier than than some of the bosses from before. So I'll have to see if just simply casting Gale Cutter and staying back here will kind of do it or not. Or because I guess the problem I had with this one was the crystals he kept shooting out here kept hitting me. But I think I'm taking more damage and doing less here than what I did before here. So I think it looks like the strategy with him is probably to stay up close and just keep pounding him with my sword here. And I think, yeah, so I think that's kind of what I'll do, along with maybe casting some magic. So let me go ahead and use the Sea Shock here, because that might work a bit better than the Gale. But yeah, I think his weak point, by the looks of it, is his eye. So I'll of course try to target that, or make sure to aim for that for the most part. If I can get over there first. There we go. Okay, so not so much for that, I guess. And so much for the Sea Shock, too, actually. Okay, yeah, so the Sea Shock isn't really gonna hit him from where he is here. Okay, so let me get back to the Gale Cutter here and see. That should probably work better. Let's see, Gale Wind. But let me think here. Shoot 4 balls of sulfire that pursue enemies. Throws an exploding tongue of fire. And commands the power of lightning, so. I guess the other one that might be good too would be the Storm Shield because of how close we get up to him. But let me go ahead and try the Gale Wind up close here. And see if that can do quite a bit of damage. Okay, that didn't really hit like I wanted to. Okay, but it did actually, I think when I targeted, that did pretty good actually. Yeah. For the most part, I think that is one of the better spells to use. Oh, here we go. So, all I have to do is kind of find this sweet spot here. Ah, darn it, and keep avoiding the crystals. Okay, so I pretty much have found the sweet spot here. So, actually, let me try the Storm Shield. Because of how close I kind of get. I'm curious if it can absorb those crystals or not that he keeps shooting out. So let's just give this a quick try, but hopefully, since we found that little spot that we can nestle our sword into to hit him for the most part. So yeah, this is actually working out pretty cool, isn't it? There we go. Ha! Well, nice to know that he's not too hard to beat, actually. You just have to really get up into his face. So, but as you can see, the more you kind of beat, the more stairs appear. So, but let me go ahead and switch off to something else here. Or, darn it, I keep going to armor. Let's try this crystal shock again. Of course, I won't know how good one spell works or another until I see the boss, but it's always a good thing to save when you can. Oh, what's this here? Oh, cool, 2,000. Okay, so that really does help us out here, so you'll definitely want to visit the tower and try to beat a few of the bosses if you want some more gold to get the Dreamstone finally. Okay, so I think this is the last enemy here, and if you look closely, you can actually see certain snowflakes stop in places where you wouldn't think there would be. So as you can see, they're actually invisible platforms. So you kind of have to be careful where you go. But if you can keep a close eye on everything, you should be able to hopefully make it through without too much trouble. Uh-oh, here we go, the Crystal Knight. I am the Dimensional Guardian X. The fabric between dimensions has been torn by a dark energy. I am bound to this tower. But I can give you a powerful gift. First, I'll need to test your resolve. Prepare yourself. Isn't that always the issue here? They keep wanting to test us. Okay, so can I reflect these? I guess not. Okay, I'm not quite sure how I'm supposed to hit him as things stand here. Like, it looks like I have to jump up to him now, but it might be better if I could use something else, I think. There we go. So I got a hit in, but it's still kind of hard to deal with. Especially with all the floating balls of energy that can hurt you. So sadly, we'll have to go through all that again, I believe. But yeah, that definitely C-Shock isn't the way to go against him. I think either the Storm Shield or the Gale Wind might be a bit better, but since this gives us a bit more range, I'll go ahead and give this a try. And it actually might be better to use the Executioner. Just to, you know, like, well, actually, I guess with how close we have to be to proc him into doing that, it's probably better to keep to the Gungnir here. But let's go ahead and save. We don't want to have to reload our stats in again. And let's go ahead and actually pick up the money here and just go ahead and save. But isn't that always the problem? You know, anytime you want something cool, you have to prove yourself in some form or another. It'd also be nicer if there is an easier way to kind of see everything. But sadly, let's see. Any chance the gold reappears? Nope. Really would have been nice. Just speed things up a bit more, but oh well. I guess they don't want to give us the ultimate armor that easily. Darn it. I'm not taking my time again. I'm being too overzealous. Yeah, that's a good one. So, and I'm not really quite sure whether I have to have this whole, you know, area here trying to... see, where's the next one? Okay, it's... also, I think there need to be enough more snowflakes or something. Just to make it a bit more clearer that where the platforms are. Darn it. You know, because if you have to keep doing this over and over again, you know... yeah, I think they shouldn't have done with the invisible platforms. Like, it'd be nice if the magic that I use would help, you know, reveal them or something. Instead of having to watch random bits of snowflakes kind of fall and keeping my eye out for the right one that kind of hits where I need it to. There we go. Yeah, usually getting that far is kind of what you need to do here. Oh, here we go. Hold jump button to skip. Okay, so I definitely have enough, hopefully I have enough HP to kind of take him down here now that I... oh wow, really? Great, so his sword is pretty much a one-hit, no matter how much health you've gotten. That's always fun to deal with, isn't it? But yeah, so, you know, of course, most of my complaints for this game are more or less just nitpicks, really. You know, overall, I think the game is pretty fun. It's just some of the extra stuff can get a bit crazy. Like being one-hit KO by his sword, for example. Okay, so because the wind gale kind of keeps going after a while, it actually still hits him when he's down again. But yeah, like, I guess it's, like, it was still kind of weird when I got hit by the sword when I thought I had dodged it at that point, but I guess not. But actually, I think the storm shield might actually be better here because of all the projectiles that kind of keep flying around here. Being able to absorb them might help than trying to deal with them instead of dodging them, really. So let me go ahead and give that a try here. Because we had some decent luck with the storm shield before. So, let's go ahead and try and use it now. There we go. But yeah, like, for the most part, this isn't something you have to do. Like, I guess I'm probably a broken record now at this point, just that, you know, this is something I do enjoy doing. You know, I do enjoy the challenge that some games can provide with how difficult some games are. Like, I actually remember when I first played through the God of War series, I originally did normal, but when I decided to play through it a second time, I actually did it on hard mode, and it was still fun for me, even if it did take a bit longer to do. Here we go. So, I guess it is a few different mechanics here, but the shield does help against the projectiles around here, as you can see. And it still hits him too, actually, so... Oh wow, I'm actually still alive. Wow. But yeah, you definitely have to be careful. Like, the sword didn't even hit me yet, but apparently, supposedly it actually did. So, I guess I'm wondering if I'll continue using the snow shield here or not. But yeah, the God of War series, I definitely did enjoy playing through, and I'll be curious to see how the next one turns out with the whole Dad of War, I guess you can call it. You know, it does look very different, but I think it still kind of has some of the solid combat and like story driven that you would kind of hope to find. So it could be that, you know, that even though this storm shield helps dealing with these projectiles, it sadly doesn't really hit him as well. And that, you know, it might be better to actually have that instead of the shield here. Since, as you can kind of see, these can be difficult to hit. And you kind of have to be close if you want the storm shield to hurt him either. Ah, darn it. Like, and you have to be really careful because of kind of where his sword lands. You have to be very aware of kind of where it'll hit. But I am actually getting some decent work out of this storm shield here, and it is helping against the projectiles here. So, it's up to you what strategy you'll end up using. You know, I guess this seems to work for me so far. And at least this kind of boss here, you don't have to worry too much about other things. Ah, darn it. So, I was almost there though. Of course, I guess I'm slightly worried if he does have a second form. I can't remember if he does, but I don't think he does. And kind of facing him as he is, it's hard enough as it is. So you gotta find all those hidden platforms again. But yeah, so God of War is definitely one of those games that I like. I guess I haven't thought about making a top 10 list yet, but I'll definitely probably put some of the God of Wars up there because I do find them a very solid series. And thankfully we are at least getting the jump button to work here to skip things. But yeah, so the storm shield is working out. I just have to make sure I'm aware of kind of some of the other spells and attacks he does here. And also making sure I don't get hit by the sword. But yeah, so this works out for me, and it looks like I might actually get him this time here. I'm just trying to make sure I don't get too much damage from some of the other moves here. But actually, I don't think he is the hardest boss. There's one other to look out for that we will encounter. Don't worry, but almost there. Almost looks like he's attacking faster now, almost. But yeah, the storm shield definitely works for me, just because... Oh, there we go. So, yeah, this isn't his final form. Ah, darn it. Okay. So as much as the Storm Shield help us out there, we have to deal with his second form, which I'm not quite sure how to deal with that. Like, I had enough trouble with his first form as it is. So, but it might be better to actually use the Gale Wind, because at least as we at least were able to see, he kind of flies around and tries to do stuff here and there. So, and sadly my video's running. I guess that's about as much time as we probably have for today. So, join me next time as I try to take on and defeat the X-Knight and all his dastardly abilities. We'll see if we can get to his second form a bit sooner and hopefully take him down. So, until next time, have fun gaming.